Over the past 2 years, iPad Pro has become a significant part of my workflow, particularly since Apple announced the iPad OS 27. And before that setup, I had a MacBook Air, which I would use mostly when I'm on the go, because at home I always had a desktop setup. For example, today I have the Mac Studio M4 Max, which is a perfect desktop computer, but whenever I need to work away from my desk, I used to take my MacBook Air with me because it's a great laptop, portable, simple, and very reliable. You open the lid, you can get some serious work done. But since Apple announced the iPad OS 27, there has been significant improvements within the iPad OS, which means that I can now finally rely on iPad Pro much more than I have ever been in the past. So in today's video, I would like to explain what happened over the past 2 years that made me reach out to my iPad Pro much more than my MacBook Air as my portable computer setup. Okay, first thing is versatility. Without doubt, iPad Pro is able to do much more for me than a MacBook Air can ever do. For example, I can do everything the MacBook Air was able to do. For example, writing emails, editing videos, editing photos, replying to iMessage and doing some design work. iPad Pro with the M4 chip can easily handle that. But it goes beyond that. Not just a traditional computer usage, you can actually use your iPad Pro to do what your mobile phone can do. For example, I manage all my social media on my iPad now. I upload videos on Instagram, I edit videos for Instagram, I reply to comments, I reply to your comments on YouTube. I manage my YouTube analytics, I manage my TikTok analytics. So as a content creator, I reach out to my phone less and less and to my iPad Pro more and more. Similarly, as a business owner, it's really important for me to stay connected. An iPad Pro with the eSIM connectivity means that I'm always connected to my emails, always ready to reply, always ready to close a deal. And that is a crucial part of a portable setup. Whenever I used to take my MacBook Air with me, I would have to find a connection, a Wi-Fi, or connect to my phone, which is not very reliable, and also the network is not very strong. So with the 5G connectivity on my iPad Pro, I can work wherever I want with ultra-fast 5G connectivity. So the point I'm trying to make is that my iPad Pro is able to do everything that my MacBook Air was able to do. I can do all the portable computing tasks, which includes things like video editing, photo editing, even though they are more desktop related tasks, but my iPad Pro is also able to handle light touch editing, light touch photo editing, also some design work in apps like Canva. So iPad is able to do and handle everything that my MacBook Air was able to do in the past. And the reason why iPad Pro has now replaced my MacBook Air is because it goes beyond that point. Not only does it everything that my MacBook Air was able to do and does that really well, but it goes beyond that point. I can use a touch screen, I can be connected to internet all the time, I can use the accessories like Apple Pencil, which I'll touch on in a minute. But that is the main reason that the versatility on the iPad Pro has completely beaten MacBook Air setup. iPad versatility extends even further when you add more accessories to it, like Apple Pencil Pro. But I'll touch on that in a minute. But let me just talk about the other main reason why I pick up iPad Pro much more than MacBook Air, and that's to do with the display itself. So I'm using the 13-inch iPad Pro, and the reason I use a 13-inch, not 11-inch, is because I can get much more done on a bigger canvas. And I've got a video on that, which I'll leave in the description down below, why I pick up a 13-inch iPad over 11-inch iPad. So if you're debating between the two, I definitely recommend watching that video, and let me know in the comment section if you need any further clarifications. But yeah, my setup requires 13-inch. And I'm happy with that. And I've got my Magic Keyboard attached to it, and I'm using it like a proper computer. And if I need to use it as a tablet, I can easily detach it and use it as a tablet. But the point is that the display itself, it's such a pleasure to watch any content on it. MacBook Air is good, but the display on my MacBook Air or any MacBook Air you buy, even the latest one, is not even close to iPad Pro displays. iPad Pro displays are much more immersive. They have rich contrast, rich colors, and deep blacks. You actually enjoy watching stuff on it. And it's not just about media consumption. It's also, the work you do on your iPad, for example, design work, editing photos, or just writing stuff on notes. Everything looks crisp and clean. And that's what I like about it. I can easily do much more work on my iPad and type notes on my iPad. Even sometimes I find myself just journaling on my iPad because I just love using the display on the iPad. It's so good and so nice to look at. So yeah, that was one of the main reasons why I always pick up my iPad Pro. It's just much better experience when it comes to interacting with the content you see on the screen. And also the fact that it's a touch screen, so you can use your Apple Pencil Pro and the accessories with it. You can also use your fingers to control your iPad, but also you can use any keyboard, and I'm using the Apple Magic Keyboard, but yeah, any Bluetooth keyboard will work on your iPad. So there's different ways you can actually interact with the content on the display, and that is, again, part of that versatility I talked about earlier, which extends beyond just the basic features. It goes beyond that interaction, goes into how you actually interact with the content on the display as well. So it gives you more options than a traditional MacBook Air. Okay, I talked about extending the versatility with adding accessories to it, and that's exactly what Apple Pencil Pro does for me. So a lot of comments I get on my YouTube videos is that, oh, do you need Apple Pencil Pro? What is the actual need for it beyond just sketching things? And, funny enough, a lot of people think that Apple Pencil Pro is only for maybe, writers or designers or artists. But there's so much more you can do with Apple Pencil Pro. And even for someone who's a professional, I'm a corporate employee, I've got a job, I do a business on the side, and I also create content. Even for me, Apple Pencil Pro, it's not used every single day, but when I do need it, it's so useful. Let me give you a few examples. So I often get contracts from brands that I work with, and I have to sign those contracts. It's so much easier just to take the Apple Pencil and sign on the PDF and send it back. It's done instantly without having to use another app, a PDF app, to insert my signature. It's much quicker. Also, if I have something that I don't agree on the contract, rather than going in an email, typing in, term 2.2 or the clause 2.3.4, whatever, I can just annotate on a PDF and just, create a note there. And it's clear. It's very easy for the other party to understand what I'm trying to say, and it's much quicker for me too. And other great use cases also when I want to sometimes just write down an idea or sketch an idea. Sometimes I get, these imagery ideas in my mind that how I want to create content, or how I want to structure my content, or how I want to design my studio, for example. I take my Apple Pencil and start writing on it. And that's one of the reasons why, off topic, but why I've got S26 Ultra with the S Pen. That's exactly what I do also on my phone. I like having that option to be able to write on a device. So yeah, for Apple Pencil Pro, there's much more you can do with Apple Pencil Pro, but also if you're someone who likes writing, then you will love writing with Apple Pencil on the iPads. And even you can use Apple's native app, or you can download other apps. I use a few other apps. If you're interested, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll let you know my favorite app for writing notes on iPads. But again, there's much more you can do on iPad with the Apple Pencil Pro that you can ever think of. And there's so many different ways you can use it. I probably will do a deep dive video on how I use the Apple Pencil Pro with my iPad, because I think it's worth highlighting that, because many people don't know how you can actually utilize that one accessory. And it's not very expensive. If you're buying an iPad with a Magic Keyboard, you might as well add the Apple Pencil Pro, because you will need it at some point. Okay, so we talked a great deal about versatility, how iPad Pro can do multiple different things in multiple different ways. But there are also some fundamental reasons why I would pick up iPad Pro as my portable working computer over MacBook Air, and that is connectivity. So I've got the connected iPad Pro, which means that I can use an eSIM to connect my iPad to 5G network. And I always recommend getting a cellular iPad. And the reason for that is because you never know when you need to be connected to your network. And the thing is, you can use mobile phones to tether internet. You can connect to public Wi-Fi. But issue is with, like, for example, when you connect to personal Wi-Fi hotspot using your phone battery starts to drain quickly. It's not as fast. You get a phone call, you get interruption in your network, and you're still using your phone. When I'm working on my iPad, I like to keep everything away and just focus on my work. Don't have any distractions around me. The fact that I have to keep touching my phone to enable personal hotspots and keep checking my battery, it's just distracting me from just getting the work done. And also, when I'm, for example, out and about in a meeting and I quickly need to access some notes, I don't always have the time to connect my iPad to a personal hotspot and continue my meeting. I mean, that luxury of time doesn't exist in many scenarios that I work in. So for me, connectivity is key. And for iPad Pro, that's standard. You get whatever eSIM you want, you can connect to instantly, whether you are home or abroad, and bam, you're connected to the global web. Whereas with MacBook Air, you need to connect to public Wi-Fi, which is not safe, but also you can connect to your mobile hotspot. Again, I mentioned the reasons why I don't prefer mobile hotspots. So that's one of the big reasons why I always take my iPad Pro with me over MacBook Air when I'm working away from my desk. Okay, last reason why iPad Pro has replaced my MacBook Air as my portable computing device is because I can manage my social media on my iPad. So I'm a content creator. I create videos on YouTube. I create videos on Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do. I'll leave the link in the description down below. I create videos for TikTok. I do create videos for brands, some UGC content. So I do a lot of video and photo stuff. So for me, iPad is definitely the go-to device when it comes to portable workflow because I can manage my social media on it. So I have my Instagram app, I have my TikTok app, a YouTube app. I also have some, softwares installed on my iPad. So those apps are able to manage all of my social media. I never ever need to touch my phone to, for example, upload a video, to comment, or reply to comments, to post comments on my other fellow creators' videos. So everything can be done on single iPad. And it's always connected, as I mentioned before, which is quite key for me to have that connectivity on my iPad. So for that reason, that's a big chunk of my work that can be done on iPad, which I cannot do on MacBook Air. MacBook Air, you can obviously log into social media and manage that. It's not the same experience. You can't upload videos the same way you do on an iPad app or an iPhone app or any mobile phone app. So yeah, laptops have restrictions there. They can't extend. But with iPad, it's much better. And also with iPad, now with iPad OS 27, I can actually have split screens. So sometimes I have all three social medias lined up next to each other. So I have Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I'm managing videos and managing the, how my videos are performing, doing some analytics on all of these three platforms at the same time, which is so good because they all run as an app and all of the apps have their individual interactions, and it's a much better experience than doing this on MacBook Air. So as a content creator, someone who's in social media or even someone who's in marketing, you would definitely love using iPad Pro much more than MacBook Air. And that's one of the other main reasons why I now use my iPad Pro, and it has completely replaced my MacBook Air, to be honest, as a portable computer device. As I said before, it's been catching dust. I think I probably turned this MacBook Air to do some videos for you for my B-roll. The battery was dead on it because I hardly use it anymore. By the way, that only applies to when I'm working away from a desk because I do have a desktop computer. I have a Mac Studio. So if you are thinking about iPad Pro as your only computing device, that's not going to happen. iPad is far from that at this stage. I don't think it will replace the main computer, but it will replace your portable computer. That's why I kept going back to the point. It's replaced my portable computer, which is a MacBook Air, which has been MacBook Air over the past many years, but recently iPad Pro has been my favorite pick. Okay, so the other reasons why I prefer iPad Pro over MacBook Air is the fact that iPad Pro essentially is still a tablet. You can use your iPad as a tablet. You can play games on it. You can read books on it. You can consume content on it. So not only am I able to use my iPad Pro as a portable computing device, but I can also use it as a tablet. I can give it to my kids to play games. I can play games on it. I can read books. I can read kids' books and tell them bedtime stories. It has become much more an integral part of my day-to-day tech setup than it has ever been. And no other device can even come close to that because it can do much more than just a traditional laptop, just a traditional tablet. And also things that a mobile phone was able to do is now also done on iPad. So iPad is no longer for me just an additional luxury device. And remember 3 or 4 years ago, we used to position iPad as a luxury device, You just got too much money to spend, therefore you're going to get an iPad because it's just an extended iPhone, right? It can do things on a bigger canvas what an iPhone can do. So why do you want to add an iPad when it can't replace your laptop, it can't replace your phone, and it can only do stuff that a tablet can do, but why do you even need that? But now it is beyond that point. And Apple has done an incredible job by making these iPads so optimized that they can not only replace your portable computer, but they can also replace your phone, your books, and your gaming consoles. So much more can be done on an iPad. So if you're someone who is looking for all-in-one portable device, not a main computer, I'll repeat that point. This is not the main computer. Don't get an iPad Pro and think, I never need a MacBook, I never need a desktop PC or Mac Studio. You definitely need a good computer at home, whether it's MacBook Pro or Mac Studio, even MacBook Air. But if you're someone who's already got that at home and you need something when you're out and about and you're working remotely and you don't always want to take your big laptop with you, right? Then this is a good alternate, even a better alternative solution than having a portable laptop like MacBook Air. So in conclusion, iPad Pro has replaced my MacBook Air, but not as my main computer. It has replaced my portable computer. So MacBook Air has always been with me, when I'm traveling, when I'm away working from a desk. As I said, I've got a desktop Mac Studio setup, and MacBook Air used to be my portable computer when I'm not working at my desk, away from my desk. Now that has been replaced by iPad Pro, and the reasons, as I mentioned before, is versatility, able to do more. You can extend the versatility with Apple Pencil and its accessories. You can also do things that you used to do on the mobile phone now on your iPad with enhanced apps, especially since iPad OS 27. There's better connectivity, you're always connected to internet, and better user experience thanks to the gorgeous display. And there's so much more on your iPad that you have ever been in the past that I can easily say that iPad Pro can replace your portable computer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.